Today we will be talking about the best early game familiars to get in Big Heroes. Hello, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about the best familiars to get in Big Heroes for early game players. And starting off our list is going to be your number one healer for about 5 zones. His name is Orlan. And you can obtain him from Zone 1, Dungeon 2, which is going to be Dryad's Heart. It is the Dead Tree. And you're also going to get him from Lord Seraline's Tomb, Zone 1, Dungeon 3. And you will be able to make him by getting Bob and by getting Orlan. Once you get these two familiars, they will be able to craft into Orlan. To craft them into Orlan, you might have both of these familiars. But if you don't see the recipe infusion to craft them, then you will have to farm them again, and then you'll get a blue schematic. It should say Orlan schematic, and that is where you will find Orlan. And you will be able to fuse him using 50 rare materials, which come from recycling rares, and 5,000. Alright, now on to the second familiar on this list. That is going to be Shramps. To make Shramps, you are going to need Trump, which is this guy, and you're going to need Gramps. Trump comes from the same dungeon that you get Bob from to make Orlan. That's going to be Dryad's Heart, Zone 1, Dungeon 2. And you're going to find Gramps in Zone 2, Dungeon 2. Now, when I say Zone 1, Dungeon 2 and such, it means that it's going to be the second zone and the second dungeon in that zone, which is going to be this one. And once again, if you do not have the recipe to make Shramps, you're going to have to farm again and hope for a schematic to drop. It should say Shramps schematic. And that is going to be the second familiar on our list. Third familiar on our list, this is going to be a good early game PvP familiar. His name is Quark. So this is Quark. He has a 45% crit chance, which means he has a 45% to do critical damage. And critical damage is something I'll explain in a different video. But this guy is a DPS familiar. He does a ton of damage. He has a 2 SP spread heal, which isn't too good for healing. I wouldn't use him for healing. But he has a lot of damage. He can get a lot of crits. And he is going to be on your PvP team. Alright, now on to the final familiar that I have on our list here. This is going to be the final familiar on this list, which I actually don't have a schematic for, surprisingly, is going to be Gnawman. He's good in 5v5 PvP. He's a rare familiar. He has a 30% chance to crit. It is made out of Neela and Shaman. And you can find Neela in Zone 3, Dungeon 2. And you can also find Shaman in Zone 2, Dungeon 3. Now, as I said before, if you get these familiars and you cannot make it, make sure you keep farming until you get the schematic drop. And that'll be it for today's Big Heroes tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.